Great morning. Great morning. Great morning, awesome people. Great morning, awesome people. Great morning, awesome people. Welcome to my Facebook Live at 5. Great morning, awesome people. I am so hoping that you're up. It's early Monday morning. What a blessing to be in the land of the living. Great morning, awesome people. Great morning. Today I want to talk to you about divine separation. When we hear the word separation, immediately our thoughts go to married couples. Do you know that separation extends? Do you know that separation extends to family, to friends, and to anyone that you hold dear? Are you aware that separation can also be a God thing? And I kept thinking, God, do you really want me to talk on divine separation? Even though I studied it all last week, looking up the word divine, I still wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to talk about today. But again, it's not about me. And then I'm sitting in church and my pastor said divine 3 times. And I knew exactly that's what I was supposed to talk about today. Divine separation has to take place in order for you to carry out the next assignment that God has for you. God has to separate you from some people, things, places in order for you to carry out the purpose that He has for your life. See, when you trust God, you know that He will direct your path and He will show you which way to go. In order for you to know God, you have to be able to trust that He is ordering your steps and that He is guiding you along the way. Divine separation will not be easy, but we have to take heed, watch, and pray, because there are things that God has already told us, already showed us, and already informed us to be aware of. But we're still walking around with blinders on, wondering if that's what God really meant, wondering if that is what God wanted us to do. When He said, I'm separating you, and it's a divine separation, we are still getting caught off guard. But we must trust God enough, even though it does not feel right. We must trust Him enough, even though we don't understand. We must trust God enough because God has our best interests at heart. And if you truly trust God with all your heart and you don't lean on your understanding, you will see that it's still going to work out in your favor. It's still going to work out in time. Sometimes we rush the things that God has for us, but God is trying to separate us because it's a divine separation and it's a God thing. See, when you have a relationship with God, you start realizing the things that are going on in your life. When you get separated from your best friend, separated from your family, you start understanding, wait a minute, there's something to this. God sees something that I don't see, because I'm really thinking, forgive me, that the person that I'm with, I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life. But there are times when God separates you right in the middle of you getting ready to go to the next level with that person. So there's a divine separation that takes place, but you have to realize that God is preparing you. God is making a way, making things ready for you because He cares for you. So this divine separation, God is preparing you for something that you will need for your next level, for that next battle. God is preparing you during this divine separation, and even if He brings it back, it'll be stronger than ever. But this divine separation is preparing you. God is preparing you for this next shift in your life, where you will need more wisdom, more peace, more understanding, and more instructions like never before. But you have to be separated, a divine separation, so that you can clearly hear that it is God speaking to you. Like I told you, forgive me. Like I told you, all week I've been studying divine. And then I had a nerve to ask God, are you sure that that's what you want me to teach on? Because we have to have a clear ear to hear that it's God telling us to move. Because sometimes we can move out of order. We can really believe that God told us to leave that job. We can really believe that God told us to step away from some things when God needed you to stand your ground, stand firm, believe that he will work it out. But if you don't have a clear understanding, if you don't have a clear ear, a clean heart, you will move out of line, out of order, because you will believe that it was God that told you to do that. And that's why I always mention you have to have a relationship with God. When you're walking this journey, you have to have a relationship with God, because you will make decisions that don't line up with his word. You will make decisions that don't line up with what God is instructing you to do. So a divine separation is a God thing. A divine separation is an awesome thing. When you know that it is God that is doing the separation, you can receive it. Listen, have a wonderful, awesome, awesome day. Get understanding, get wisdom, because divine separation is a God thing, and God has you covered. Have an awesome, wonderful day on purpose. And don't let anyone steal your peace. Why? Because God gave it to you, not man. You have an awesome day on purpose. Peace.